Anthony Slater here in downtown Orlando, sunny Orlando. Even got the palm trees behind me. About an hour ago, I was at a Thunder shoot-around before the game, and it gave the Central Florida media, the Orlando media and the Gainesville media, a chance to meet with Billy Donovan and kind of pick his brains. The first time he's talked to them in a while. He's obviously got history around here with, being 19 years at Florida, but not only that, 7 years ago he actually took the Orlando Magic coaching job for about a week. Was introduced at a press conference, and then just, he flip-flopped on it, went back to Florida. So that kind of provides a different twist to tonight's game. Really, his first road game as a professional coach just happens to be here. Here's Billy for about 4 or 5 minutes talking to the media about all those things.
I kind of moved on from it, and was really totally entrenched in Florida, and really wasn't like worrying or wondering would I coach in the NBA, because I was very, very happy in Florida. So, I was fully entrenched in my job at that time, and this opportunity came across that was very, very unique in my opinion. And if it didn't, I'd still be at Florida.
Now, a lot of coaches go their whole career without getting two cracks at something like this. Was there a plan? Did you turn down other opportunities in the NBA?
There was some other teams that had reached out to inquire of interest, and again, I didn't really, at that time, didn't really move forward with any of that stuff. So this was one that was unique. I didn't really like have a plan, as you mentioned. I didn't. I've always believed as you wake up and wherever you're at that day, you do the best job you can then. And if opportunities down the road open up, they open up. But I was very, very happy where I was at. So it wasn't anything about having a plan. It was more about doing the job I was at.
Before you made the decision, did you reach out to other coaches like Brad Stevens that had made the adjustment, or did you make?
Well, obviously, playing for Coach Pitino, who had NBA experience, and then, playing with Rick Carlisle with the Knicks for part of the year, and having some relationship with the Van Gundys. I kind of knew all that stuff. To me, it was much, much more about, I think, at Florida, I had a great relationship with the athletic director and the administration. I felt like we were really aligned and had a shared vision and a common goal. And I felt like in order for me to leave that, to come to the NBA, there was going to have to be something where I felt the same way. And I think after sitting down with Sam and the organization and Mr. Bennett, the owner, I felt like there was a commonality in terms of this shared vision and beliefs and philosophy that I identified with.
How would you describe the transition being an NBA coach as opposed to being a college coach? What's it been like the last 5 months?
It's been great, and the reason it's been great is because of the people. The players have been unbelievable. I mean, certainly the guys that have been here for a long time, Nick Collison, Serge Ibaka, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, those guys have been great. They've been extremely coachable. They work very, very hard. That part of it's been great. And then I think the people inside the organization are really good people. They're very, very competent, and there's a high level of humility. So I think the adjustment part for me has been a great one, because there's so many people pulling for each other to try to help. And obviously the days are different. You practice 11 o'clock in the morning in relationship to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Certainly the number of games, the preparation, the level of maturity, professionalism, the level of experience the players have, all those things are totally different than college. But I feel like the staff we have, those guys have a lot of experience. They've been very helpful as well.
Really, when coaches jump from college to the pros, a lot of times they're taking over bad teams, but you're taking over a team that's built to win now. Is that an advantage? Is there pressure that a lot of coaches say they haven't succeeded from college because they've taken over bad teams?
Yeah, it's hard for me to comment about anybody else, but I think the one thing for me, first and foremost, was I knew there was a good team, but also I think you've got to be able to feel good about it. I really believe is happiness inside of a job has everything to do with the people you work with each and every day. And if you're not happy and you don't have a shared vision and a shared set of values and how you want to approach and take on goals that are in front of you, and you're different, I think what happens is you get into a situation where you become frustrated because you feel like there's a lack of connection, there's a lack of alignment. And not to say one party's right, one party's wrong, it makes it uncomfortable because you don't feel like everybody's moving together in the same direction. You got a bunch of people on a bus and everybody's wanting to go in a different direction. And I think for me, that was the first and foremost for me. Was the organization and what they wanted to do. The team part of it with Kevin and Russell and Serge and Nick Collison. You know, last year was hard for them because they went through a lot of injuries and trades and guys in and out of on the roster. So there was a lot that they went through. But for me, first and foremost, was the people part of it that I needed to feel good about.
After 07, you're a basketball guy. Did you watch what the